Nexo-X, the enigma behind the spheres. Chapter 1, Part 10 of 12.
In the past, the police station had been very close to the beach, but with the growing tourist importance of the area, new and more spacious facilities had been built, capable of housing a larger number of officers. However, they were somewhat farther from the coast, in a location considered more strategic. This was beneficial for the community, although in this situation it became a disadvantage for the two people fleeing to save their lives, since they now had to run 2 more kilometers, 1.2 miles, to reach a safe place. They managed to reach the shore, and as they had calculated, the other boat did not manage to catch them. They did not secure the vessel. There was no time for that. The only thing they took with them was a backpack that she grabbed and placed on her back. Apparently, it was something important. Otherwise, she would have left it behind with the rest of the items that remained in the boat. Once they stepped off the vessel, they prepared to run again. Although it had not been a journey free of tension, their legs had rested enough during the trip across the sea, and they felt confident they could reach the police before being caught by that man, who was already close to reaching the shore. For a moment, they felt hope that they would soon be safe. But things were not improving. On the contrary, they were about to get worse. After getting off the boat and advancing a few meters, they were intercepted by a group of armed men. From the other boat, their escape and the direction they had taken had been reported, so the group had moved ahead and was waiting for them. It was this group who had received the call made by the killer from the second boat. Earlier that day, they had seen the man using his phone on the island. Under the excuse that he would take several photographs, he had confirmed by text message that the return location would be Drake Bay. Thanks to that message, the others remained in the area, alert to any eventuality. They had not really expected those 2 people to reach the bay alive, but against all odds, they did. Even so, the group was prepared and waiting for them. Who were the members of that group? What did they want? What were their interests? What motivated them to commit these crimes? Many questions hung in the air without any answers. Night had already fallen. The shore of Drake Bay was submerged in darkness, barely illuminated in the distance by a few streetlights. Not far from where they had been intercepted were small settlements. However, no one noticed what was happening on the shore. They had managed to cover 3 kilometers on the island and also cross 20 kilometers by sea. Now they were so close and at the same time so far from being safe. Unable to escape, they looked at each other and with expressions of resignation raised their hands. One of their captors signaled for them to kneel down with their hands on their heads and their eyes lowered. They did not understand what was happening. They simply did as they were told. The pursuit had come to an end.
Go to www.nexo-x.com